Do you feel crazy? Do you ever feel like you're the problem? Not one, but two narcissistic pricks in my life. About how to outsmart a narcissist and a manipulator. You know, my mum didn't even know what the fuck gaslighting was. I'm like, Mum, come on. She's like, isn't that the same as two-faced? And I'm like, Mum. Hi, my name is Jasmine and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now I've got some questions to ask you. Do you feel crazy? Do you ever feel like you're the problem? Do you ever feel guilty when it comes to relationships? Well, I feel you because I've been in a relationship with not one, but two narcissistic pricks in my life. So if you want any advice on how the fuck I got over it, well, stay tuned because I'm going to be talking to you today about how to outsmart a narcissist and a manipulator. But first things first, I'm going to talk to you about the first tactic that I've realized, especially in my narcissistic relationship, and that was the euphemism mask. Now, what the fuck is that? Basically, the euphemism mask is when a narcissist or a manipulator will downplay the situation. So let's give an example. Let's just say that, you know, your partner is texting this girl. You've noticed that the messages are quite flirty. You know, he's got the I heart emojis going on with the chick. And then you've called him out on it. You've been like, that's a flirty message. And he's turning around and says, oh no, babe, that's just who she is. She's just a friend from work. Like, honestly, there's nothing to worry about. You don't need to worry. That is downplaying. In that situation, you need to stand firm and be like, no, I can tell that that's a flirty message. And stand strong because he's going to obviously keep on downplaying it. Now that's one manipulation tactic that they will use. Another manipulation tactic that one person will use is gaslighting. I'm pretty sure we've all heard of this and been through this. Now I've been through this multiple times. My partner does it with me as a joke as well, because I always used to talk to him about how, you know, my ex in the past used to gaslight me into things. And I would call him out on something and he'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, you're just crazy. You know, it's all in your head. I can't believe you're doing that. All the time my ex will do that. And if you haven't experienced it, gaslighting makes you go crazy. And that's another manipulation tactic and everyone's going through it. You know, my mum didn't even know what the fuck gaslighting was. I'm like, Mum, come on. She's like, isn't that the same as two-faced? And I'm like, Mum, Jesus Christ, no, we need to sit down and have a bit of a talk. Oh, the third one. I'm sure you guys have all gone through this, not only in relationships, but also in friendships, and that's the silent treatment. My ex loved to do this. Every time I'd call him out on something, he'd give me the silent treatment. He'd just turn his back to me, ignore me for 8-10 hours, maybe a day. He would just go silent, and I wouldn't hear from him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, do you love me? Like, and he would just not. He wouldn't even give me the time of day. And then I'd feel anxious and I'd have to go after him and then try to get his attention. And then at the end of it, I'm getting emotionally drained because I'm trying to put all this effort into making things right with him and trying to discuss the issue. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, not having a bar of it until obviously I make things right and go on his side and he gets what he wants. So then me bringing up that issue that I had with him, which was probably him talking to another girl or something, goes swept underneath the rug because he's basically playing this mind game on me and manipulating me and controlling my emotions by just saying fucking nothing. That's why I always say silence is the key. Like, honestly. Just shut up and you win a battle. But yeah, he definitely knew that tactic because he used it on me all the time. And I was just an idiot and would just react to it all the time. Now, microaggression, oh my God. Now, I've had this in my work and I've had this in friendships as well. Now, what the fuck is microaggression? Now, microaggression is, let's just say, you have a cute outfit. You're feeling fucking hot. And you're looking so good as well. And you're just feeling yourself and, you know, you'll go out one day and let's just say a girl or a friend comes up to you and says, and looks you up and down as well and goes, that's an interesting outfit. And then like makes that look, oh my God, I hate when people do that. That is microaggression. They are manipulating you when they do that. When they're looking you up and down and they're making a comment, what it does is it causes doubt in your mind. You get insecure. You feel shit about yourself. You're like, oh, I'm not feeling so confident about this outfit anymore. And then what do? You ask for their opinion. Oh, what outfit do you think I should wear? And this can happen in relationships as well. They can cause doubt and be like, oh, that's an interesting outfit. Do you think that's the right outfit you should wear out? You know what I mean? Like, they use that and it plants that doubt. And then you ask them the question, oh, what do you think I should wear? And then what happens? They have control over what you should wear. They have control over how you look. You know what I mean? They're using that tactic to gain control over you, over how you look, how you present yourself. They have control over your emotions, how to make you feel insecure in that moment. Because when you're feeling insecure, you ask for their advice. And also, they feel better about themselves, especially if they're fucking jealous. Usually people do this when they're jealous or when they're trying to control you, control what you wear, when they're not happy and they don't want you to draw attention to yourself if it's a guy and they're insecure about themselves. Honestly, it just comes from insecurity. Why people do this is basically insecurity. They're insecure in themselves. They're insecure that you're going to go out there, you're looking so hot. They're insecure that some guy's going to fucking look at you. The girl's insecure that you're going to be looking hot and getting everyone else's attention and the attention's not going to be on her. People do that because they're insecure in themselves, so they're projecting that. And I've had this in friendships as well as in relationships where they've projected their own bullshit onto me, and I'm sure you've had the same. Now, how to outsmart a manipulator? Well, it's fucking easy. In order to outsmart a manipulator, you need to think like them. You need to know their tactics. You need to understand when you're being manipulated and not fall prey to them. That's how you do it. But the first things first is do not react. Do not react. When you react, you're just giving up your control. They win. Right then and there. As soon as you react off your emotions, they win. Okay? And I want you to listen and observe. When you listen and you observe, you will see things and you will hear things and you'll notice the tone of their voice. When you notice the tone of their voice, you know how they're speaking to you. When they are not talking to you, notice their body language. What are they doing? What are they not doing? Now, how do you know if they're telling the truth? Well, it's fucking simple. Ask them a question you know the truth to. What is their body language? How do they react? Now, ask a question when they lie. What happens? Do they turn away? Do they blink really fast? Do they touch their nose? Do they get nervous? Do they get anxious? Do they get defensive? Do they put it on you? This is the tactics. They'll start manipulating you, gaslighting you. Their tone of voice will change. Now, I've had this in my work, where 1 minute they'll be aggressive. And then the next minute they'll play the victim and they'll start crying. And then the next minute they're just still and they're ghosts. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And this is all in fucking 5 to 10 minutes. And they've just switched tones. Their tones have just switched. They've switched emotions so fast like that. You need to notice these things. Stop paying attention to what they are saying. Start paying attention to what they're not saying. How are they reacting? Now, when I called out my narcissistic prick boyfriend, I started to notice things. He started to vape. When I started calling him out on truths that I knew, I could tell he was lying. He was going like this. He was vaping. He was going like this. He was getting nervous. He had to suck on something. He had to do something because I was riling him up. He was getting nervous because I was calling him out. All his lies started to unravel. And his body, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to react in that moment. So his body was going like this, vaping. His body language was showing me that he was lying and that he was trying to get out of it. What he was trying to get out of the situation of me calling out truths. And the reason he was doing that is because his lies were unraveling. They just kept on unraveling and unraveling and unraveling. Now, how to outsmart a manipulator? Listen. Do not react. Stand firm and only say the truth. I want you to just listen and observe. Call them out on their bullshit. You don't need to say anything further. You don't need to go backwards and forth with them because they will try. They'll start to get defensive. You only need to speak your word, and that's be like, you're wrong. I know you're lying. That's it. When they're doing the euphemism mask and they're downplaying, be like, this is the truth. That is a flirty message. And that's crossing a boundary right there. When they're gaslighting you, say, you just gaslighted me. And I don't think that's okay. I'm not accepting that behavior. That's it. Cut it. If they start being all, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? You're crazy and all that. Just let them walk away. You only have to call out the bad behavior. That's it. You don't need to go in all the details. You don't need to go backwards and forwards with them. That's it. Say your words. Say your piece. Walk away. Don't buy into the fight. Don't buy into the bullshit. Just walk away. Now, if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, comment. Sorry, I went a bit too deep. And I have my puppy in the background. And if he made any noises, I'm really sorry. But yes, that is my YouTube video. Please let me know what you think of it. Anything I can do better, feedback, I appreciate it. And thank you and have a good rest of your evening or day if you're watching this during the day.